There are some ideas in Japan so well designed that once you experience them, you immediately start questioning why they're not everywhere. Like the kind of systems that feel so obviously right, you can't believe the rest of the world is functioning without them. Train stations designed as full community centers with clinics, daycare, and libraries all built into the transit hub. Tiny utility trucks designed specifically for tight city streets that cost almost nothing to maintain. And neighborhood police boxes staffed 24/7, where you can get directions, report lost items, or just feel safer knowing help is always nearby. Japan doesn't just solve problems, it builds solutions so seamlessly into daily life that they become invisible until you leave and realize how much harder everything is without them. Today, we're counting down 14 Japanese ideas so genius they should be global. Watch until the end because number 14, vending machines that verify your age using facial recognition, shows how Japan tackles awkward problems with technology that's both controversial and undeniably effective. Number 1, car navigation with parking availability. Japanese GPS systems don't just give you directions. They show real-time parking availability at your destination before you even leave, and it changes everything about driving in cities. The navigation displays how many spots are open at nearby parking garages, their rates, and how far they are from where you're going. Some systems even let you reserve a spot directly through the screen. You know before you arrive whether parking exists, so you're not circling blocks for 20 minutes, hoping to get lucky. It connects to parking lot sensors and databases that update constantly. As cars enter and leave, the numbers change in real time. You can compare options, choose the cheapest or closest lot, and drive straight there with confidence. It eliminates the single most stressful part of urban driving, the parking lottery. No more arriving somewhere only to discover every lot is full. Japan solved it with data integration that should be standard everywhere. Number 2, train stations as community hubs. Japanese train stations aren't just transit points. They're designed as full-service community centers with medical clinics, daycare facilities, gyms, libraries, and government offices all built directly into the station complex. You can drop your kid at daycare, see a doctor, renew your license, work out, grab groceries, and catch your train without leaving the building. Everything is centralized around the transit hub, because that's where people naturally gather daily. It makes public transportation genuinely convenient for life, not just commuting. Parents don't need cars to juggle errands and childcare. Elderly people can access healthcare without special trips. Students have study spaces between classes. The design philosophy is simple. If people are already coming here every day, why make them go somewhere else for essential services? Integrate everything into the place they're already going. It's efficient, reduces car dependency, and creates vibrant community spaces instead of sterile transit terminals. Every major city should copy this model immediately. Number 3, gourmet basement food markets. Japanese department stores dedicate entire basement floors to premium food vendors called depachica, and they're unlike any grocery experience you've had. Picture a massive underground food hall with dozens of specialized vendors, fresh sushi counters, artisan bakeries, imported cheese shops, traditional sweets makers, delicatessen counters, fruit stands selling perfect melons for $100, tea specialists, and prepared meal stations all competing for attention. The quality is restaurant grade, the presentation is immaculate, and the variety is overwhelming. You can buy ingredients to cook at home or grab fully prepared meals to go. Everything is beautifully packaged, often with samples offered freely. Staff wear uniforms and greet you enthusiastically. It's grocery shopping elevated into a luxury experience. It works because Japanese consumers prioritize food quality and are willing to pay for it. The Depachika model makes premium ingredients accessible without requiring specialty store trips. One basement floor replaces 10 different shops, and everything is curated for quality. If you're enjoying this so far, go ahead and tap like. It tells YouTube you want more of Japan's clever everyday innovations. And if you love discovering things you didn't even know existed, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this list. Trust me, the next ones get even smarter. Number 4, seasonal menu culture everywhere. Japanese restaurants and cafes completely change their menus with the seasons, featuring ingredients at peak freshness and creating anticipation around limited-time offerings. Spring brings sakura-flavored everything, bamboo shoots, and spring vegetables. Summer focuses on cold noodles, eel, and refreshing treats. Fall highlights chestnuts, mushrooms, and sweet potato. Winter features hot pots, citrus, and warming dishes. This isn't just big chains doing seasonal specials, it's nearly every restaurant committing to ingredient rotation. The benefits are massive. Chefs work with produce at its absolute best, reducing waste from forcing out-of-season items. Customers get better tasting food. The constant menu changes keep dining exciting and give people reasons to return. It also connects people to the natural rhythm of the year through food. It requires more planning and flexibility from restaurants, but the payoff is food that actually tastes like the season it's meant for. Everywhere else serves the same menu year-round, and it shows. Number 5. Hot towels at every restaurant. Japanese restaurants, from high-end sushi spots to casual ramen shops, provide hot wet towels called oshibori before your meal. And it's such a simple hospitality gesture that transforms the dining experience. You sit down and before you even look at the menu, a warm, slightly steaming towel arrives. You wipe your hands and face, instantly feeling refreshed and welcomed. In summer, some places offer cold towels instead. It's practical, hygienic, and makes you feel cared for immediately. It sets the tone that this restaurant respects you. You're not just a transaction, you're a guest. The towel also signals it's time to transition from outside chaos to focused dining. It's a ritual that creates a psychological break. The cost is minimal, just laundry or disposable towels, but the impact on customer experience is huge. People feel valued before spending a yen. It's hospitality 101, and every restaurant globally should adopt it without question. Number 6. Priority seating enforcement culture. Japanese trains have priority seating for elderly, pregnant, and disabled passengers. But unlike most countries, people actually give up their seats without being asked because social pressure makes not doing so genuinely uncomfortable. The culture is so strong that young, healthy people often avoid sitting in priority seats altogether, even when they're empty, just in case someone who needs it more boards later. When someone who clearly needs the seat appears, multiple people will stand up simultaneously to offer it. There are no laws enforcing this, no fines, no transit police checking. It's purely social expectation and the discomfort of being seen as selfish. The collective judgment of strangers is enough to make compliance near universal. It works because Japanese society values group harmony and visible respect for others, being the person who doesn't stand when they should bring shame. The system relies on cultural norms that other countries lack, but the result is priority seating that actually prioritizes those who need it. Number 7. Vending machine density for convenience. Japan has one vending machine for every 23 people, the highest density in the world, and it genuinely makes life more convenient in ways you don't appreciate until you're somewhere without them. You're never more than a few minutes from cold drinks, hot coffee, snacks, batteries, umbrellas, fresh eggs, rice, noodles, or hot meals. They're everywhere: train stations, street corners, office buildings, parks, mountainsides, even rural roadsides where no stores exist for miles. They work 24/7 without staff, providing access to necessities at any hour. Late night workers, early morning commuters, travelers, everyone benefits. The machines are reliable, regularly restocked, and accept modern payment methods. The density exists because Japan has low vandalism, high electricity reliability, and a culture that respects shared resources. Companies can place machines anywhere without fear of destruction. The result is a distributed convenience network that makes traditional stores almost optional for basic needs. Number 8. Mixed-use zoning everywhere. Japanese neighborhoods legally allow homes, shops, restaurants, cafes, and small offices to coexist on the same blocks, creating walkable communities where everything you need is within minutes. There's no strict separation between residential and commercial zones like most countries enforce. A quiet street might have houses, a small bakery, a ramen shop, a convenience store, and a dental office all next to each other. People live above the businesses they run. It works because Japan regulates noise and nuisance, not land use categories. As long as you're not disturbing neighbors, you can operate a business from your residential building. It keeps neighborhoods alive, reduces car dependency, and supports small businesses. You can walk to dinner, grab groceries, get a haircut, and return home in 10 minutes. No driving to commercial districts, no dead residential zones after business hours. Mixed-use zoning creates vibrant, functional neighborhoods that feel lived in rather than zoned to death. Number 9. Koban police boxes on every corner. Japan has small neighborhood police stations called Koban, staffed 24/7, and they provide community services beyond law enforcement that make cities feel genuinely safer. Officers give directions to lost tourists, hold found wallets and keys, help elderly residents, provide local information, and maintain visible presence. They're not patrolling aggressively. They're stationed in the community as accessible resources. You can walk up anytime and ask for help. The Koban system works on visibility and accessibility rather than force. Knowing there's always an officer within a few blocks deters crime simply through presence. Lost items get returned because there's always a nearby Koban to turn them into. It builds trust between police and communities because officers are embedded locally, not driving through in cars. They know the neighborhood, the regular residents, the local issues. It's community policing done right, making law enforcement feel like a neighborhood service rather than an occupying force. Number 10. Tiny K-trucks for work. Japan created K-trucks, a special category of ultra-compact utility vehicles with tiny engines that qualify for massive tax breaks, cheaper insurance, and easier parking, while still hauling serious cargo. These trucks are smaller than most sedans but have surprisingly large beds for their size. Farmers, delivery drivers, and small business owners use them to navigate narrow streets, park in tiny spaces, and transport goods efficiently without the expense of full-size trucks. The regulations incentivize practical, fuel-efficient vehicles. K trucks get incredible gas mileage, cost almost nothing to maintain, and fulfill the same roles as larger trucks in most urban scenarios. The only trade-off is speed and highway performance, but for local work, they're perfect. They're not sold in most countries because regulations favor larger vehicles. But for dense cities and small businesses, K-trucks are the ideal solution, affordable, practical, and efficient. Global cities drowning in oversized trucks should absolutely adopt this category. Number 11. Pocket parks in dense cities. Japan squeezes tiny parks into gaps between buildings, creating green spaces and rest areas in the densest urban environments where land is impossibly expensive. These pocket parks are sometimes just 100 square meters, a few benches, some plants, maybe a small playground or exercise equipment, but they provide crucial breathing room in neighborhoods where every inch is built up. Office workers eat lunch there. Parents bring kids to play. Elderly people rest on benches. The philosophy is that even small nature access is better than none. You don't need a massive city park if there are dozens of tiny parks distributed throughout neighborhoods. People use what's nearby, not what's perfect. And it proves you don't need large plots of land to create public space. A sliver between buildings, an unused corner lot, anything can become a pocket park. Dense cities everywhere have these gaps. Japan just decided to actually use them for public benefit instead of leaving them empty. Number 12. Separate toilet and bathrooms. Japanese homes separate toilets into their own small rooms, completely isolated from bathing areas, and it's a superior design for hygiene and household efficiency that most countries ignore. The toilet is in a tiny dedicated room with just a sink and the toilet itself. The bathtub and shower are in a separate waterproof room. This means multiple people can use bathroom facilities simultaneously without blocking each other. Someone can shower while another person uses the toilet. It's also more hygienic. Toilets don't belong in the same humid environment where you bathe. Keeping them separate prevents moisture buildup and maintains clearer boundaries between waste and washing spaces. The design requires slightly more square footage, but the functionality is worth it. Families aren't competing for one bathroom. Guests can use the toilet without entering someone's bathing space. It's logical separation that improves flow and privacy in ways combined bathrooms can't match. Number 13. Last train announcements everywhere. Japanese bars, restaurants, izakayas, and train stations constantly announce the last train times, creating a shared cultural awareness that prevents people from getting stranded. Staff will literally walk around reminding customers when the last train is approaching. Stations broadcast final departure times repeatedly. Apps send notifications. Everyone knows exactly when they need to leave to make it home, and establishments actively help you leave on time. It works because Japan's transit systems actually stop running, usually around midnight. Miss the last train and you're stuck paying for a taxi or hotel. The announcements prevent this crisis by keeping time visible and acknowledged. It's a simple cultural habit that respects people's need to get home while also managing crowd flow. Bars don't want customers stranded and resentful. Customers appreciate the reminder. It's collaborative time management that benefits everyone and could easily be adopted anywhere with transit systems. Number 14. Age-guessing vending machines. Japan installed vending machines with facial recognition cameras that estimate your age before allowing purchases of cigarettes or alcohol, automating age verification without human interaction or judgment. The machine scans your face, analyzes features, estimates your age, and either approves or denies the purchase. If it thinks you're underage, it refuses service. If it's uncertain, it prompts you to insert ID for verification. No clerk needed, no awkward confrontations, just automated enforcement. It's controversial because it's surveillance technology applied to everyday purchases. The cameras analyze your face every time you buy a drink, but it's also effective, preventing underage sales without requiring staff presence or putting workers in uncomfortable positions enforcing rules. Japan chose efficiency and automation over privacy concerns, and the machines work reliably. It's the kind of technological solution that feels both brilliant and slightly invasive, which is exactly why it's so fascinating as a case study in how far automation can go. If you want to see more amazing things Japan is doing better than the rest of the world, then like and subscribe. And make sure to watch the video on your end screen. It's packed with even more crazy things.